Hi, Mark here, Thursday, May the 7th, 8:46 a.m. Eastern, 12:46 p.m. GMT. Let's have a look at the US dollar's performance today and the sell-off from yesterday continuing. Yesterday in the US session, the dollar fought back. You can see the wick left behind here. Today, no fight back as yet. Weak US dollar as the US session gets underway. I've got resistance at 97.92. I've got support at 97.66. Tough support level. We can see that. We'll see whether sellers can break below this level and maintain below, or if we're going to get a turnaround and a bounce up now that the US session is underway and US dollar buyers step in, bounce up off the support and look back up at the 97.92 and look back to that 98 mark. But so far, weak US dollar to start the new trading day US session. Let's have a look at the majors. And there you see the weak US dollar translated to the euro US pair. Euro strengthening, buying euro, selling US dollar, continuing from yesterday. EMAs have crossed to the upside. I've got support at 117.42. I've got resistance at 117.77. Buyers looking to test this resistance level. We'll see if that can continue, if this can be maintained, or if we get a turnaround from weak to strong US dollar and sellers step in and we see selling euro, buying US, we'll be looking down at the support level. Pound against the US this morning. And there you see a similar pattern. Buying pound, selling US dollar weakness against the pound as well. EMA's crossed to the upside. I've got support at 135.89. I've got resistance at 136.29. Buyers looking to test break above this resistance level, or again a turnaround from weak to strong US dollar would see sellers looking to bounce down off this level, looking back down at the support. US dollar against the yen. Here you see the weak US dollar, selling US, buying yen, not to the same extent as the European currencies. US dollar fighting back against the yen, but still down on the day. I've got resistance at 156.54. I've got support at 156. So that's a 50 pip range, which is narrow for the way the yen's been behaving. We'll see whether dollar weakness continues in yen strength and sellers can retest this 156 level. So far, you can see that sellers over the past week haven't been able to maintain below 156. Buyers have stepped in. We'll see if that's the case again, and if US dollar buyers can look to erase these losses and get above the 156.54 resistance level. But weak US dollar again, you can see how this bearish engulfing candlestick from the 30th of April is certainly playing out on the US yen pair. Let's have a look at the US against the Canadian. Sitting pretty much at yesterday's close, bearish doji-like candlestick for now. Very narrow range. Let me move my support up to the 136.19. I've got resistance at 136.41, maintaining above that 136 level. Small red candlestick, but certainly not seeing dollar weakness against the Canadian so far. Canadian strength, Canadian buyers will look to extend this uptrend, look to break above the 136.41 on the upside. If we're going to see dollar weakness like we are seeing on the other majors, sellers will look to bounce down off this level to get back to the 136 support or lower. Resistance and support levels being tested right now. Good trading. I'll see you at the end of the day.